What's up, guys? Time to show off the new BioHazard 2.0 build. This is a black dial build. We laser out the dial completely. Do our logo here in one of the little quadrants. Black cerakote, clear coat, and then backside lume. And they come out pretty awesome. We some of the little accents we don't perfectly laser out. We just they're intended to be, but when you black cerakote, some of that kind of fills in a little bit. Some of them isn't as perfect, so it kind of gives a cool, like, rustic isn't the right word, but distressed isn't either, because we're not doing any kind of distressing, but just somewhat muddy, right? So brushed case, we have a gunmetal shark tooth bezel. It's black, but it has a cool kind of just a cool look to it. You'll see it in person. I don't know how to quite describe it, because most of the time when you get just a black bezel, it's more of a matte finish. So this is kind of like a PVD, like black gunmetal. Matching lasered crown, exhibition caseback, and then this is on a custom two-piece, super soft and oily wristbound strap with a BVW engraved preview buckle. And I did a set of black Moldova hands with a long lume seconds hand, and that is the build. Obviously minute insert black, silver with black accents throughout. Bezel on it will turn left, it'll turn right. These are just the tension ring bezel, non-click style. Automatic, mechanical, you see you got your rotor here, so as you're moving around, the rotor moves too and keeps your watch wound. But don't just set your time and put it on, because if you're not actively moving too much, you are not going to keep time. So what you want to do is back the crown off the threads till you hear it and feel it clicking. At that point, you can wind, and a wind is a turn that way. So turning it that way will wind it. Winding it this way doesn't do anything, but it is a lot easier to keep your finger spacing and go back and forth. You can always do this if you want. I just do this. In case I start threading it back onto the crown tube, I can just back it right back off and then pull it out a little bit more. So this for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on will keep your time throughout the day, that mixed with your rotor movement. But if you know you're going to be driving or sitting or whatever, and just make sure you wind it a little bit longer. So another 5-10 seconds of this will max out your 31-hour power reserve on it. You cannot overwind it, so don't worry about that. And when you're happy with your winding, you're going to pull it to the one and only click, and you can now set your time. It does not have a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. You'll also notice you've got a wobble crown. This deflects lateral pressure from one end of the stem and into the movement. So when you are pushing and prying on it, you are not putting any adverse pressure on anything, keyless works or anything. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's
3:09 p.m. You push it over, get it out of that time setting, and then wind it down. There is the build. As with every build, you're going to get matching beats. This is also going to come into a somewhat dial matching box. This is obviously the version 1. I used to do just that, which I still can do. But this is giving it more of a watch look with a little bit of a logo, right? So, quote, dial matching custom box. This will come with watch cleaner. This is good on all glass and metal parts, so everything here in the center. It's non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue, as well as a microfiber. You're also going to get some leather conditioner to keep this strap perfectly soft. If you ever need it, you'd apply it on the front and back, let it soak in, remove any excess using a rag or something like that. Don't use a microfiber. And then lastly, you're going to get some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon. I just repackaged into these. It's kind of like Polywatch. It's for your acrylic glass because you can scratch it. So if you do, put a tiny bit of this on it, a tiny bit of this, and buff it out using your color matching microfiber. If the scratch is up and down, just go left and right, filling that scratch, haze it, buff it out, It should be gone. If it's not, wait a little bit, let that solidify, and then do another layer of it. If you get back to it too quickly, you will just work out what you put on there. Kind of like drywall mud-esque, you know, just let it get in there. And should clear it right up. If you scratch your case, use the green side of a Scotch-Brite and do single passes and brush it in. If it's down here, just like round it. Don't go back and forth. You'll get lines straight, so just round them. On the sides, just go single passes this way. Buckle, single passes this way. You will brush back in any issues. That's the build. If it's going to you, congrats. Thank you so much. I believe you got number 2 of the BioHazard 2.0s. I believe I did one before. I'd have to search, but I'm pretty sure I did, and I think I have one more I can do. I didn't really have anything that it went with on the dial. You know, I kind of like to match the bezel insert or something like that. So, didn't quite have anything for that. But that's the build. If it's going to you, congrats. Thank you so much for your support. And if you want me to build you something custom, you need to reach out. I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.